What is up, everybody? You know, I always start this show off by showing love to this podcast possible. First and foremost is my friends over at Yellow Jacket. Finally, the Vacuum Y with Real Torque Core Remover is finally available. Guys, this thing was unleashed at AHR 2025. This thing is actually pretty freaking awesome. I've been testing this thing, messing with it. It is really, really sweet. So over here, this deluxe max flow kit, you can just get this, the Y by itself, but this kit right here is actually really, really awesome. I've been using this. So a lot of us, when we pull vacuums, you know, you put one big hose, well, one residential. I know we got some guys doing big stuff in here, but you're doing residential systems. Normally you can put one big hose on one line, put your micron gauge on the other, and you're good to go. Well, with this, you can put that Y on your suction line, have both of these hoses pulling, going into top of the T on the pump, and then your micron gauge on the other side, and your vacuum pulls down, I mean, in a matter of moments. It is extremely fast. It even gives you these nice little valves on the top, the 45s, to be able to put it on there. I have been loving this thing. I really, really have. I got some videos and stuff to put out. We'll get into that here when we get into the show. But yeah, you guys are looking for a vacuum kit and you want to check something out, please check out this Deluxe Max Flow Evacuation Kit. It should be sold in local stores. If not, I'm pretty sure they have it on True Tech Tools. But if you don't want to buy the whole kit, and hey, if you already have a hose, I get it. Check out the Vacuum Y with Real Torque. This thing's absolutely amazing, the technology. Most of the time, you're going to see T's. Well, just think about the restriction inside of a T, where this one has a purpose where you can use the Y, and it still has the Schrader core puller in there, and it even has a little thing on the end that you're going to have it for quarter and 5/16 to be able to do mini splits, and it stays attached so it doesn't fall off and you can't find it. It's really neat. I've been loving it, been using it, and I think it's really, really slick, and it's made with the same quality we always expect coming from Yellow Jacket. All right. With that being said, man, go check out my friends over at Yellow Jacket, and remember, probably 76 years now of expertise built into every tool. Next, guys, this one you guys know I always talk about. It's actually going to go in today's topic, but before and after pictures. Guys, I don't care what CRM you're using. I don't. These CRMs are trying to do so many things, whether it's invoices, billing, data collection, all these other things that it's hard to do all of them perfect. Well, Company Cam has the market down when it comes to photo and video documentation, be able to get high res photos, to be able to tag those, communication between the team. Company Cam has it. Before and after pictures are a must. And guys, we have some things to go into today. I'm going to let you guys know probably why you haven't seen me in a little bit. Been dealing with some things. But guys, Company Cam is the industry standard. Everybody out there, especially if you're doing residential, like I said, I don't care what CRM you're using, you should be adding on Company Cam. It in conjunction can can seamlessly integrate with all of the major CRMs that are out there. Guys, this is going to be your photo reports, your video capture, your photo annotations, your offline mode, document scanning, report templates, global search. This guy has endless features that's coming out. You know, it's going to tag your photos, your project labels, your project contacts, document storage. All of this pictures and videos do not have to be on your tablet, your iPad, your phone, whatever it is. They're going to be in the cloud. They're going to be stored. Everybody has access. You know who took them, where they were standing, when they took it, what time it was. You have all this data. You think you don't need to know, but when you have it, it's absolutely amazing. Guys, I've went through all this stuff before. If you don't think you need this, listen to this podcast and you're going to find out why you need this as soon as we're done. This has been something that has truly saved us. And sometimes even with amazing things like Company Cam, stuff still happens, which we'll get into. But guys, if you were looking for something like that, Company Cam, every business I've ever run, I've used Company Cam, and any business I ever run, I will use Company Cam. It is absolutely amazing. I love this. It's a lifesaver. And I don't know how I would be able to live without it. All right. If it's something that you are interested in, go over to www.companycam.com/HVAC Uncensored. They will give you a free 14-day trial. Free. Try it for 14 days. See if you like it. If you do, they will give you 50% off your first 2 months for being a part of Uncensored Nation. All right. So go over and give my friends over at Company Cam a try. All right. That being said, on to the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue-collar people talking about blue-collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil Cavey Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Here we are. I am Gil Cavey Jr., your host. Here we are on a Wednesday night. Finally back on a hump night. Guys, I'm so happy to be back. Let me give a shout out to everybody that finally came. That actually came back. That's what I meant to say. Not knowing when the hell I'm going to be here. But let's see. We had Mr. East Coast that was in here earlier. Thank you so much. Mr. Neil C. Vids, Mr. Freon Leon. What is up, my man? Jason Johnson. What is up, my brother? Mr. Froggy. Hello. What is up, bro? Will Speed. What's up, Will? Thank you for being here, buddy. Let's see. Mr. Zeke. What is up, my man? My main man, Mr. Zeke Warner. Thank you guys so much for being here. So before we get into the show topic, you guys know about the business venture that I am doing. And to be quite frank with you, it's been a lot more involved than I ever thought. And to be honest, in a good way. It's in a good way. From the time that I went there, so last summer, the revenue that they were doing compared to what we're doing now is like, it's crazy. We have 4x'd in less than a year. And it's awesome. It's awesome putting the foundation for this thing to grow. It's just, it's involved. And we've grown so fast. I'm trying to backtracking to try to put some of the structure pieces, like find more office girl, like CSRs and stuff like that to be able to handle this workload. Yeah, it's been awesome, man. I'm truly enjoying it. And as a lot of you know, I finally signed the documents, so I am the minority owner of the place, which is extremely awesome, man. The two partners, the guys that I get to call partners, Brian and Roy, are absolutely amazing dudes, man. I love those guys to death. So happy to have this opportunity with them, and we're fucking killing it. And not to mention, in Maryland, we're actually having a hot summer. It's been 97 something degrees. And we've been killing it. I got a line out the door of texts that now they know that I'm there wanting to come over. And I'm like, that's awesome. I can't take you all one time. So just relax. But yeah, it's been busy as hell. And we've had the whole point of today's topic, we're going to get into that here in a second. Had a few issues. I know I've been talking to Zeke. He knows. But I think it's a good topic for people to think about right now, because everybody thinks summertime, busy, money, you're making all this money, which we are, I mean, hell, we, the goal that we set for July, we damn near 5 times the goal we had, or for June. July, we're like 4 times over. So, I mean, yeah, it's been awesome, crushing revenue goals. You can't beat that. So putting all the plans together. Before we get into the show topic, how the hell is everybody doing, man? Thank you guys so much for being here. You know me, man. I love this show. I love this podcast, and got to get this shit back on track. I really do. There's just so many fucking things going on. Trying to get this business going and just trying to catch up with everything and keep it going. The fact that it's taken off so fast, so quickly, And then every weekend I've been looking at houses trying to move. And apparently the rental market in Maryland sucks big old donkey balls because I can find nothing. And when I do, I look at it. And by the time I put an application in the next freaking day, they're like, oh, it's rented. I'm like, what? And why the hell did you let me look at it? So it has literally been go, 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 go. And I hate not podcasting. A lot of you know that. I hate not podcasting. This is my therapy. I love this. I hate when I don't do it. But then again, sometimes there's only so many hours in a day. And normally I'm leaving for work, 5:30 in the morning, and I'm not getting home until, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So that's what's been happening with me. You guys been busy, man? You've been staying busy where you guys are? How's the weather? You guys still warm? I know we got Texas. How are you guys doing, Zeke? You guys still staying balls to the wall? Yeah, no. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you, brother. It is a whole different ball game, and then it's not because I've always ran companies that way. I've thought of it as mine. I feel like that is what has made me good at what I do. I tried to make decisions that way, but yeah, it does feel awesome, man. After 25 plus years of work, it's a nice payoff. So slowed up a bit, really. Yeah. I thought we would dip off a little bit, but it's crazy. And I got three install teams right now, and the three install teams, I mean, they're banging out every day. I got one install team that has done two in a day, but I try. It's cool that they can do it, but I try not to do that to people because to me, that's just going to ask for mistakes. But what scares me is, and especially if anybody knows the Northeast market, normally it's like this. It is going, going, and then it falls off a fucking cliff. So that's what I'm trying to prepare for because that's what's going to happen. Zeke knows what I'm talking about. Zeke's in Maryland. That's just the way Maryland weather works. It is bam, bam, bam. You're 100%. You're busy as hell. And then all of a sudden it just falls off a cliff. So Mr. Will is busy as well. What up, Pat? Mr. Nasty. What's up? What's up? Yeah, so one of the issues that I really want to get into, man, is dude, we had an issue happen and it sucks, but I had to let this guy go. He was a maintenance tech, and I know he listens. And buddy, if you're listening, I love you to death. I will help you no matter what. But this situation, it's kind of the way it had to end. Um, did a maintenance, and he did all the steps. That's the worst part. Like the before and after pictures. When we do a maintenance here, um, obviously we take the pictures before of everything, all the things that we include, the cleanings, all that kind of stuff. We take after pictures, and then we have all that. That is an inspection report that we give to the customer. Well, this customer is selling the home, and they actually send us a lot of work. They're realtors. The mom's been doing it for 30 years. She knows her shit. And this is her daughter's house. And it actually closed today. Well, long story short, he knocked the drain out. And there was before pictures showing it in, and an after picture showing the drain not in the like 2 to 3 inch reducer, like bell in the floor. Long story short, he flooded this basement. This was last Monday, and they're moving. They're not going up, and they're not going down in the basement. They didn't go down till Friday. When they go down to Friday, there's 2 inches of water. This basement's like 1,200 square feet. So I have been dealing with that. I have spent several thousands of dollars. Obviously, to me, it's easy to be a good company when things are going great, but the measure of a true company is how you handle situations like this. And this sucks. Just put out a lot of money that I wish we didn't have to. Thank God we blew our goals out of the water, so it's not going to hurt that. But you still don't want to be paying out money you don't have to. I mean, we're probably at like $6,000 right now, and I haven't even replaced the carpet yet. Thank God, we have a good carpet guy that won't, rip us off. That he'll do it. Like you can't find a better carpet guy. But it's yeah, man, these situations are really eye-opening because it makes you go back to your systems and processes to be like, man, how could this got caught? Like how could we have avoided this? And the sad part is it really was just a stupid mistake. But sometimes those dumb mistakes can cost you the most fucking money when it comes down to the end. And the customer's awesome. Obviously, they're selling the house. So we had to provide some documentation, get a restoration company out there, all that kind of stuff in the process of getting the carpet replaced. But these things cost money. And I know, especially a lot of residential techs, I know guys like you, Jason, aren't going to have this because you're not going to get these kind of calls. But you get these calls to go out to a customer's house where it says, oh, clog drain. And a technician thinks, man, we're good, man. It's just a clogged drain. I'll be in and out. Well, you guys also know you touch it, you own it. And this is why I hate the fucking gallows guns. And I am so strict on the way that I teach my techs to blow out drains. Some situations I get, trying to get nitrogen up there and do things, even though I like a nitrogen bottle better with the proper regulator, you're not blowing the damn PVC apart. Flying here somehow. I don't know how. It's going to make me lose my mind. But sometimes to me, those gallows guns, all they do is just push the clog down further, but that's a whole nother story. But I want them to blow it out. I want them to pour water down it, like several gallons of water, depending on the size of the drain. And I want you to make sure that water is going. It's terminating where it's supposed to go. Because we had another one, a good tech, went to a unit, an air handler, which we all know is a negative pressure. It has to have a trap on it. Otherwise, it's going to suck the condensate in. Had an old nasty trap. He cut it out, straight piped it. Guess what happened? Ding, ding, ding. You're a winner, Johnny. It sucked water back in. Thank God that one had to pay $1,000. And these are good technicians. They're just making simple, dumb mistakes because they're busy in the summertime. And these didn't both happen back to back or nothing. They've been spaced out a good bit. But the whole point of this is, as a business owner, as a manager, I get it. We want to try to capture as much money as we possibly can. But at the same time, we have to make sure that we're giving technicians a reasonable amount of time to do the process that we're teaching them. Otherwise, it's not fair. I am fine with guys doing 4 calls a day, depending on how those calls go. I'll add a 5th. That's it. Am I going to sit here and say they'll never run a 6th? No. Sometimes you'll go to a call and, the person is not home, or it's something stupid and you leave. In that case, then yes, I'll fill their day. But as far as scheduling, it should be 4 calls. And I've tried to do 5, and then something happens, it doesn't work. And I always want to think about the technicians. I want to take care of them. I want them to be thorough, and I want them to provide quality service to people. I don't want them to be like the rest of these shitbags running around, giving service, being there 15 minutes and, you need a new one. That's not the kind of service that we provide. But from a technician standpoint, stop being in a rush. Be out there, pay attention to what you're doing. Be thorough in what you do, and it'd be surprised how many of these things you can avoid. Because I know some companies, like sadly, I got one guy for me, like he lost his job over this. And granted, this was not the deal breaker. There were some other things that happened and things like that. But this was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. And he's such a good kid. I really, really love this kid. But doing maintenance only, he won't make me back what I had to pay out for a long time. So I sadly had to make a gut wrenching business decision. So please, if you're listening to this and you're out there, man, this is why processes, a system is so important when you do the same thing on every call. And then you have some kind of documentation to check what you're doing. Hey, did I check the drain? I did. Did I make sure that water is coming out the other side? Um, oh, this is a heat pump. This is a negative pressure. This needs a trap. Stuff like that. And not even just water related. I'm just using that as an example. Even if it's something that your company didn't do, always remember this. You touch it, you own it. And you might say, hey, I didn't even touch your drain. I changed the capacitor outside. Oh, well, why didn't your guy look at the drain? I paid for a service call. Why did he never go down? You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to win. So it pays to be thorough and to document what you're doing. That's why I say I go back to Company Cam. Company Cam is a fucking lifesaver. It makes it, you fucking fly. There's no doors even by my studio. How the fuck would a fly get in here? Anyway, it makes it so easy when it comes to before and after photos. I make technicians include before and after photos on every job. Every job. And that's the sad part about the one with the flooded basement. The kid actually did before and after photos. It just sucked that the after photo was damaging because it showed it not in. But, I'm not going to lie to somebody. You got to take your lumps. Absolutely, Jason. Anybody listening to the audio, Jason Johnson says that's why the basics should be talked about periodically. I agree. And I try to go over the basics all the time in different meetings. It's harder. I try to cover more in-depth things when it comes into the summer meetings. I do go over basics. I try to really nail that stuff in the slow season. But obviously, by the time I got here, it was like almost like balls to the wall. I think it was like April when I came here. So a lot of it was just getting to know people, meet people, all that kind of stuff. And then before you know it, it was like, oh shit, summer's here. But yeah. And the sad part is, there's some companies that have no systems and processes in place, and this shit happens a lot. They end up spending out more money. And the thing is people are like, you can just deny ability, just deny it. Yeah, I guess you could do that. And that customer could have been like, man, fuck Gil, fuck Care Mechanical. I'll never go there again. And left a 1-star review. And maybe we don't get a lot of customers because of that. Because of this experience, she's still recommending us to people. She's a heavyweight realtor, meaning like she's like big time, sends us a shitload of work. And by how we handled this, in the process, I was going back and forth over there all weekend, like talking to them on the phone. Went over there the other day to make sure the carpet was pulled up, ready for the new carpet to go down. And one of the girls that lives there is like, hey, somebody on Facebook was asking about HVAC service, and look, I recommended you. So that makes me feel very prideful that even in a situation like this, that we're taking care of it the right way, that they're still recommending us to other people. So situation sucks, but you got to take care of it. And didn't go through insurance. Tried not to. If we had to, we would have. It was easier just to pay for it because it's sad nowadays with insurance because they want to raise your premiums, and business insurance, commercial insurance is already expensive enough as it is. No, it's funny you say that. You're not wrong, Jason. So Jason also said it doesn't stick in the slow season. Do it in season. And you're absolutely right. So I deep dive into it in the slow season. But yeah, we do different things and cover stuff in season, in the busy time. But to be honest, hey man, I'm not willing to say that I'm not culpable. Maybe I should cover these things more. I thought I was doing it enough, but maybe it's not enough. I'm always willing to be the first person to take it on the chin. You know, Zeke will know, or anybody else that runs a business or owns a business, that when something happens, it doesn't matter if you did it. You did it. You know what I mean? That's how that works. And yeah, it's just a learning lesson, man. You try to take those situations and learn how to be better. But you just see a lot of people bouncing around in the summertime, just trying to do this, do that. Hurry up, get it done. Hurry up, do this. Technicians out in the field and the office is calling. Hey, how much longer are you going to be? Yeah, your next customer is wondering what your ETA is. And I get both sides of it. I get that the office has a schedule and customers are calling in, bitching at them. So they're just going to get an answer. The technician's getting frustrated. Like, I'm trying to fix this fucking call. What do you want me to do? And then maybe they skip over something. And now that little skip comes back to boop, bite you in the ass. Yeah. That's why I think it's not overcommitting your technicians, not trying to have them be somewhere or too many places at one time, overbooking them. The drive distance between calls plays a factor, which I get. Sometimes, depending on where you are, location, the area you live, sometimes a little bit of travel is going to be necessary. But not like first call is this direction. Your next call is over here. Then you're coming back this way. That's can't do that either. That is why not every CSR can be a dispatcher. It's two different talents. And you would think that it'd be, as a technician or somebody who's been in the field, you think that would be easy. Surprisingly, it's not. Because I've seen some people and they just take a call from a customer and like, oh, this guy's got a slot. I'll put it here. And I'm like, hey, he can't go there. Oh, why not? Because he's on the other end of fucking town. That's going to be like a 2-hour drive in between calls. You can't do that. Some people just don't have it, surprisingly. I think it's getting better that more office people are being able to not only be a CSR, but be a dispatcher and, order parts and do other things. There's a lot more out there that they have a lot more skilled, which is awesome. We've been interviewing some and, some of these girls, they're fucking badasses. They really are. I'm like, damn, this is awesome. I know one thing, CSR pays went up. This is the last time I had to hire one. Some of the stuff they were asking for, I was like, damn, I'm not fucking giving you. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's what they're making now. So, alrighty then. But whatever. Hey, you're worth what you're worth. If you can do task, I watched this video and read this book. This guy, he's a multimillionaire, and he says that he's multimillionaire. But he says that when he hires people to take care of things for him, he wants send and delete employees. He's like, I want to be able to send them an email and then delete it because I know it's taken care of. And think about that. That's the kind of people that we want to work with. We want to work for us. That if you say, hey, man, can you knock out this? Yep, sure, Gil, I got it. And you don't have to worry about it. Damn, I said I asked so-and-so to take care of this. I know they got it. Sometimes it's easier said than done to find those people, but that's the people you strive to find. Yeah, no, I bet, Jay. But see, that's the thing. I don't think it has to be NASCAR style. And I've done it before where I don't think it has to be like those guys are like, yeah, man, I did 15 calls today. Bullshit. And if you did 15 fucked up calls, 15 customers that got ripped off because they didn't get what they paid for. That's just the God's honest truth. And I know we've talked about that a million times on this show in the last 10 years. I want to be able to truly serve customers and take care of them and look at everything. People just value their time. Prime example, the maintenance tech that's not here anymore. Very, very good kid. He's good at doing maintenance, but if he ever went to do a maintenance and God forbid there was a more in-depth problem, obviously he couldn't do it. And he would say, "Hey, I have to have one of the senior techs come out. I'm not going to be able to take care of this." And he was being honest. He did exactly what he should have done. But the feedback from the customers, it's funny. They would be like, they would give him a 5-star review and they would say, "Hey, he was awesome." You know what I mean? Like, he was great. I loved him. The only problem is we have X problem and now somebody else has got to come out. I got to take off work again. And say they come out and they need a part. Now I got to take off work again. Moral of the story is people value their time. So that's why if we can go out there and maybe we're out there for a couple of hours, but be very thorough, give them a detailed report when we're done of everything that we found, things they should worry about, things they don't have to worry about, some upgrades they could do if they're interested. They have everything they need. They're educated on their system. If they want to do some of it, great. If they don't, okay, that's great too. Whatever. But they have everything. And customers seem to like that. It's been a winning formula for me. Every technician that I've ever coached, I've done it, and they kill it doing it. So Jason, you didn't do 15 calls. You're lucky if you did 7. Yeah. Running a call and being detailed, knowledgeable, and efficient. Don't focus on X. System that needs to be treated. Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's what customers nowadays, because of the internet, like, I get it, because of the internet, you also have those people, I found that part online. I can get that capacitor for $15. Why are you charging me $200? You got those people, but you also have people that see the bullshit about some of these companies and the image that we have on TV. And I hate that because I know that that's not all of us. And you got to go in and you got to earn their trust. Be like, hey, I know that there's some shitbags out there. I understand that you have your guard up, but we want you to know that we're not them. And talk is cheap. You have to prove it. And sometimes it takes more than one visit. Maybe the first time you go out and you offer I know that we have one of the best, maintenance memberships around. But maybe they don't believe that the first time. Last time I bought a membership or one of these service contracts from somebody, it was a fucking scam. The guy did, drive-by temperature checks. I'm going to wait. But then you go back the second time and they're like, oh shit, man, this is a different guy. Like, he's just as good as the last guy. Man, they were on time for their appointment. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I will buy one of these memberships and give it a try. Then they buy the membership. The person who goes out to do that first maintenance, bam, wows that customer. Customer service is huge. And I think that that's something that is looked over, especially in the residential market. And I know people that listen to this podcast all the time are going to get sick of me saying it, but it's the fucking truth. You have to be good technically, fix whatever you ever have in front of you, and a good communicator. Part of the communication bracket, when you break it down, is customer service. You have to be able to wow the customer. I mean, I've seen some surveys where you'd be surprised how many single women or women who are home alone feel uncomfortable when a man comes to do their service. I was surprised by that number, but I guess I get it. You got some random dude coming in your house, probably smells like cigarettes. Well, at least I do. Actually, I don't, surprisingly. I smoke, but I make sure I don't smell like cigarettes. I also don't ride around in my fucking truck chonging it out either. Some of you dipshits. I have 2 neighbors who want me to work on their systems. Every resi company has shown up and pushed piles of crap on them. It's really soured them both, and they asked if I could. Yeah, I get it, man, because the new method of these companies and people that grow a company, and I refuse to be a part of that. I refuse to be one of those companies. And that's why I'm so glad that my partners, Brian and Roy, feel the same way as me. You can make honest, ethical money. Okay. And that's what we're doing. We have boomed and we're doing exactly what I described, doing things the right way. um, is they try to find any fucking person who has a pulse, has a heartbeat, that knows a little bit. And hey, here's your iPad. Here's the keys to your van. Oh, you got a tool bag. Get out there, buddy. Here's your schedule. Try to sell them a new one. Like, I get R22 systems. And if they're old, you know what? Yeah. Does it make sense to charge that system? It doesn't. No, it doesn't. I was actually able to get some R22 at a pretty cheap cost. So I'm actually stocking it. And I don't give the customer charging the system as the first option. We do tell them, hey, this refrigerant's been phased out. This really does not make sense to charge this system. I know it's not ideal, but you should definitely look into upgrading the system. It's going to be the most beneficial for you. And if we have that conversation and the customer says, hey, man, Gil, I get it. I know I should probably replace this. I just can't do it right now. I'm not going to do it right now. Then we say, all right, well, I can charge this thing back up with R22. There's no point in trying to find a leak because you can't get, you know what I mean? It's not going to be worth the process. So what we do is we'll put some of that sealant in. I'm not great on it, and charge it up. But there's no warranty on refrigerant. All right. You have a leaking R22 system, which is the last thing you want right now. All this is going to do is buy you some time until it comes time to get a new one. And, you know, once the guys charge it up, I'll have them go through with like a electronic leak detector to see if anything pops off. If there's something obvious, if there's something that we can like braze for the customer, then I'm cool fixing that. It's just normally what we've been finding, it's in coils and shit like that. And you can't get R22 coils anymore. You're lucky if you find a 410 coil. So I will let the guys go through with electronic leak detector, and I don't even charge them for it because the R22 is not cheap. So we do that complimentary to go through with the electronic one. But normally we do that for customers. And if God forbid it goes a couple of months and they call back, they just appreciate the fact that we weren't the other guys. They're like, they don't even take their tools out of their bag. They're like, oh, it's R22. Oh, yeah, we can't even work on that. It's illegal. You have to replace it. That's not true. Don't lie to people. I'm not going to tell people that. Yes, should they probably look into replacing it? Yeah, they probably should. But I'm not going to lie to them. Oh, it's illegal. I'm not even allowed to work on that. That's what the fuck? Like, what are we doing? Don't be that guy. Remember, we are the experts. It's our job to give the customer our professional opinion and options to take care of whatever situation they have. If they don't choose the option that we would choose, guess what? That's okay. It's their house. It's their money. Whatever option they happen to pick, then they pick. Yeah, no. There's people that do it. Yeah, 5-year-old system. Or the ones that I love are ones that are like, it's a 6-year-old system and it's out of warranty because the system was never registered. And they're like, well, you should buy a new system. I know you got a bad blower motor, but you should buy a new system. Then it's going to come with a brand new warranty. And I'm like, man, it's a fucking blower motor. But see, we've created, especially some of these younger guys, and not all of them. I'm not speaking in generalities, but there's a lot of these guys and a lot of the younger ones that I've seen that they're all about their wallet. Whenever you do a service-based business and you think about your wallet over the customers, it will always come back to haunt you. I promise you. If you worry about true customer service and taking care of the customer, you will always make out in the long run. Yeah, that's why I don't pay commission-based pay. I just don't believe in it because it promotes dishonesty. So I believe in incentives. You know what I mean? I think people should have so-called pats on the back for working hard and doing things right because I get both sides of it. You know, especially in residential, the old just hourly method. Some of these guys, you know, you're not gonna get to pay a guy $60 an hour in residential. You're just not. You know, it's not going to make sense from a business standpoint. So, I'll pay people good hourly wages and then say, hey, if your truck meets X goal in a month or whatever, I will give you X. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I'll try to put in different bonuses, like for, maintenance contract reviews, those kind of things, little ways for them to be able to add other money that's also pushing the ball forward for the company. But just straight up commission, I've never, ever been a fan of that. Yeah, no. So I know. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. We do the same with large systems. Go. Your systems are 20 plus years. I can replace the part and get you back online, but you need to have the conversation about modernizing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. And I do tell people, that even when a system's leaking, I don't ever like to just gas and go. I think that's pointless. Your system's leaking. It's not. You got to explain, have the conversation with them. It's not like putting gas in a car. It doesn't just get low. Um, if you're low on refrigerant, it's going somewhere. So me refilling it is not going to fix the problem. Um, so we have to try to make an attempt to find it, which is the only reason I've ever got into doing some of the sealant and dye stuff. I don't think the sealant works, and I tell customers that, hey, this is a long shot. I don't think this sealant's going to work. I make sure we use the oil-based ones, and I've looked at all the data. I haven't seen any of them have been damaged to the system because the system just thinks it's oil. But I tell them, hey, at least if this when this not if when this refrigerant gets out of the system, when we come back, we might be able to shine the UV light and be able to try to pinpoint where this is leaking to at least try to attempt to fix this thing the next time we come out, when we come out, because this is going to leak out. Whether it's 2 days, 2 months, 2 years, we're going to be back out. So that's kind of the avenue I take. But I think it's bullshit when people use that and they tell them like, oh, this sealant, man, yeah, this will seal it. You'll never have to worry about it again. And then they charge people like $600 for it. I can't say the name of the company because they're a big boy around here, but I just was like, what in the holy F? You know what I mean? For that thing of sealant that costs $50 and takes all of 2 seconds to put in, you charge the customer $600 and made them some bullshit promises that is not true. But then again, I don't care what trade you're in, what you do, what job you have. There's always going to be shit bags in that trade. That's just when people like us, we got to start calling them out. You know what I mean? Ain't no point in sugarcoating it. Let's see. It doesn't matter to me, but technically it's not allowed. Well, who's really going to enforce it? Probably nobody. Yeah. So you said over 50 pounds. So if you run up on a big old chiller that holds, 100 and something pounds of R22 and it's leaked out half as refrigerant, how would you approach that, Jay? Like, I mean, not some like in-depth, like detailed diagnosis, but would you guys fix it and charge it back up? Oh, and Zeke, no, man, I can find 454B now and actually reasonably cheap. I'm still pissed at the brand that I sell, and you know who that is. Starts with a C, ends with a what they were charging us for it, a little bit there. It's pretty crazy. It really pissed me off, but it is what it is. We'll deal with those negotiations come off season. Gotcha. 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 No, that makes sense. Jay, I'm curious, man. If you want, like, say you want to buy like a Daikin residential system for your house, would they give you some kind of discount, or since you're totally different, like sectors of the company, they would just sorry about your bad luck. Distributors do suck, Zeke. Please call me after your meeting tomorrow, Zeke. I'm curious, man. I've been thinking about you. I've called everybody I could possibly think of, and yeah, nobody's heard of dude. So I guess that's better than bad news. So the moral of this, anybody listening to it, man, it really is. Oh yeah, you should find out, man. Have your little resi flip business on the weekends. Just kidding. Just kidding. Tell the wifey I said hello. Hope she's doing well. To Jason and also to Mr. Zeke. To the rest of you as well, even though I've never met your wives. I know Miss Monica and I know Jason's wife. Um, but yeah, the moral of this, man, is just please, as always, man, do things right. Don't be a fucking shitbag. Don't be a scumbag. Damn, I gotta change this ticker. Blue On still on there. Do not download the Blue On app. I gotta get on here and update all this stuff, man. It's pathetic, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, the moral of this, man, is to tell people to slow down, to take your time during the summertime. Stop rush. And if you're running a business, make sure that you are taking care of your employees. Gotcha. I just saw your text, Zeke. Come on, Fly. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Blue gone. Hey man, I there's some people. Mr. Peter, the CEO, is awesome. There's still some of my friends that work there. I just don't like how that ended. You know what I mean? And yeah, I get it. I get business. That's fine. You know what I mean? And I'm not cheap. Yeah, I mean I understand, but yeah, that just rubbed me the wrong way. That's all. Rubbed me the wrong way. So started a little bit early, man. I'm probably gonna end this one a little bit early because I started later. I'm trying to get back in the groove, guys. I really am. I apologize. I do thank you guys for popping up when I come on here. Like I said, man, there's just so many fucking things going on right now. Trying to move, and I'm trying to move like ASAP, and I am literally looking at how I don't have time to look at houses during the week. So literally every weekend, I'm driving the hour back the other way. Um, it kind of East Coast. I mean, I got more money back than I paid in. So yes, it did pay off. Um, but yeah, because I put $10,000 into it. So I forget how much I cashed out at, but it was more than I put in for sure. I mean, it wasn't a bad investment, but I wouldn't say it was like some great investment. Um, but I did pretty decent. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, man. So yeah, busy as hell during the week, man, and then trying on the weekends. I'm driving the hour back in the other direction, trying to look at houses. Even though I'm not this weekend, man. Matter of fact, what's the name of that place? There's like some badass Texas barbecue place around. It's in DC. I was watching the Food Network, and I saw this barbecue place. And I'm like, man, God, that looks so good. And they were like, yeah, Washington DC. I was like, no shit. And they said the name of it. So I'm like, hold on a second here. Boop, 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 boop. 30 minutes. I'm like, this place is only 30 minutes away. So I think me and my oldest son, Tyler, are going to go there this weekend. I'll post some pictures. That shit looks good. And it's the closest I'm going to get to Texas. So apparently the guys from Texas came here and opened it up. So I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but gonna go there this Saturday. So this is gonna be the first weekend I'm not gonna go look at houses. I need a little break. I need just a little R&R. Might try to find something else fun to do with the kids. So we'll see. Oh no, trust me, man. I want to come to Texas and get barbecue. Man, it's water. Like I'm like crying. Um, but these people are this shit looks pretty good though, man. I gotta find where the hell is my phone at? I'll get you to look up the name of this place. I sent it to my oldest son. What is the name of this place? It's called 250 Barbecue. Look it up, Jay. So it's the number two, and then you spell 50, FIFTY barbecue. And people are saying this place is awesome. Even people that I know that are from down south, like from Texas and shit like that, are like, this place is legit. It's the closest thing that we're gonna get. You haven't had real barbecue until you've had Famous Dave's. Famous Dave's is good, but that's not. I wouldn't call that real barbecue though. So yeah, this place looks awesome, man. Their ratings awesome. Everybody says that it is like all the stuff that they do. I'm pumped. Yeah, 36 minute drive. So I'm gonna go there Saturday. Pretty pumped about my oldest son Tyler working, and I know he doesn't want to do this the rest of his life, but he's always wanted to be a cop. That's what he wants to do. He's going to. We'll see. But he's an install helper for me right now, and he it's exciting seeing him like I wanting to buy new tools and stuff like that. So having that proud papa moment. Texas barbecue. Well, it is Texas barbecue. It's just not in Texas. They're making your barbecue. They're just making it in a different state. They're using the same recipes. They're just doing it in DC. That's funny. I'll send you pictures, Jay. When I go there, I'll take a picture of it before I eat it. Be like, hey, is this okay? Is this legit? And then I'm going to shove it in my face. Yeah, man. I'm definitely down for a pool day, Zeke. We can actually come get in the pool this time and not freeze my nuts off. The girls would love it too. Because when I took them to Six Flags, we didn't get to do the water park. Dude, bro, Jay, once I move, dude, I promise you I'll come down there and get away. That's why I'm just been so focused and so frustrated, man. Like I just need to move. I need to get this house off of my fucking back. This is a very expensive monkey on my back. And once I can get past this, I don't got to look at my ex every day. I can finally get that chapter down. Um, I'll be good, man. Then I'll be able to relax a little bit and get to some kind of new normal and can start doing that kind of stuff again. Hey, I'm down for a field trip, Zeke. We can both go down and see Jason. But yeah, I will start closing this thing out. The fact that 4:30 in the morning comes soon, and my old ass can't take it anymore. Um, if you're heading out, man, enjoy your weekend, Leon. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I'll start closing this out, man. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for always being there. I apologize for the lack of consistency. Um, Trying to get some kind of normalcy, man. Just going through this thing, trying to get some shit knocked out. And as soon as I do, we'll get back. We'll get back to that normalcy. Get back to doing some things, implement it with the show. It's just I don't want to make those promises right now. I just don't. I just can't. I know there's ways for me not to do that. So it will happen in due time. But with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys, man. I love all you guys. I really, really do. I thank you so much for being here. Please stay safe out there. And yeah, let me start closing this mofo out. Guys, remember to please be safe out there. I want each and every one of you to make it home the same way that you left. Um, I don't care if it's driving, a ladder, whatever it is. Make sure the breaker's turned off. Just please be safe. Please be careful. All right. Make it home the same way that you left. Do the little things. Set yourself apart from the next guy or girl. All right. Keep trying to be the best version of yourself. I don't care if that's read a book, an online course, a podcast, a YouTube video, whatever it is. Never stop your growth. Never stop learning. Keep going. Give back to the people around you. Just give a shit about other people. If you know more than somebody else, help them. You'd be surprised how much that makes you better. And then just caring, asking people, hey, man, you okay? I notice you're always on time, and I noticed you've been late the last couple of days. Everything good? Just be a good human. Give a shit about other people. All right? That being said, man, remember, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And until next week, I'll talk with you mofos later. Make sure to download and follow the podcast on all social media sites. Stay up to date on everything that's going on. Forgot to say that at the beginning. But appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend, man. I'll see you next time. Next week, okay? See ya.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored Podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.
See ya. Have a good week, everybody. Appreciate you guys.